At this point in time, I'd like to introduce our first the great greetings. To give us some important way of his views on the death penalty. I'd like to introduce our Justice Minister, Herbert, to the podium.
Islamic scholars, the imams who are present, and the Muslim community, members of the media, friends and well-wishers. I'm very honored to be here today, and it was an invitation that I could not turn down. I, however, made it abundantly clear when I agreed to come that I would not be given a position of the People's Partnership Government. What I can say, however, is that I bring the good wishes of the Honorable Prime Minister and of her government. And we wish you success in this symposium, which I would want to believe would be the first of many in this country as the issue of the death penalty was raised and discussed by our citizens. As the Minister of Justice, it is my function to bring about through my ministry a re-engineering of the laws that govern the delivery of criminal justice in a timely way. From time to time, you would have heard me refer to the existing laws as being Victorian. That really means that we adopted the English laws of Great Britain at the time when Queen Victoria was Queen of England, and that would have been in the 1800s. We are now in the year 2011. What has happened is that at the time when these laws were received in our country, the volume of criminal activity was not then as it is today, and as a result the criminal justice system is swamped, is overloaded by work. And when you have too many cases arriving in the system and nothing has been done, or precious little has been done to increase the ability to deal with volume, you have a backlog that develops. It is, as is my favorite way of putting it, it's like a blocked artery. Those of you who have coronary problems, that is especially men over 50, and I am one of them, one of us, and also the good ladies as well, who don't watch their diet as they should. What happens is we develop, as you would know, plaque in the arteries, and as a result the blood cannot flow and we get sick. That is what has happened over the years in our criminal justice system. If I put it very simply, that all of us here can understand. And what is required is not patchwork. What is required is a complete overhaul of the criminal justice system. And this is required like yesterday for today. Little has been done over the years, and as a result we have hundreds of cases that are in the system. Very few courts to deal with them, and very little has been done, as I've said before, to allow for more trials in a quicker period of time. The sentencing of a criminal or someone who commits a criminal act, when it is that the sentence is either the execution of that person in cases of homicide or incarceration, is ineffective unless it is brought about fairly quickly to the commission of the crime. Because what you want to happen is that people understand what a person is being sentenced for. It makes no sense sentencing a man 10, 15 years after the event. For there to be a deterrence, for people to feel a sense of justice has been achieved, the sentence must be carried out, whatever the crime, within a short space of time of the commission of the crime. It makes no sense family passing on, and at the time of carrying out the sentence, nobody knows what the sentence was for. As a result, there must be a correlation between the carrying out of a sentence and the commission of the crime. And that is why the Honorable Prime Minister considered it an imperative of her government to establish this new Ministry of Justice, to re-engineer how we go about bringing matters to the court quickly, so that ideally within 1 year of the arrest of a person, there can be closure for the country and for the family of those who are affected by the criminal act. That is the plan. That is the goal of the Ministry of Justice. We have plans to avoid the preliminary inquiry in the magistrate's court. Now, I make reference to this at this time because there will be many persons out there who will resist this kind of change because it will hit them in their pockets. And that is why I make mention of it, so that when the legislation is brought to the floor of Parliament, those of you here, as well as those in the national community who would like to share the goal of swift justice, you will not remain silent and allow a small minority to be over-vocal and create problems for the process of bringing about change that is needed. Those who do not commit crimes or involve themselves in criminal activity have nothing to fear from change that will make the criminal justice system work. And when the time comes, I will look forward and I will count on having all of you support the change that must come so that we in this country can enjoy the way of life that we were accustomed to, that those who break the law, they will be dealt with quickly. And we, the other citizens, I would want to say 99.99% of the rest of us will take back our country, and we will act swiftly to put those miscreants, those people, those infidels who are terrorizing our way of life behind bars as quickly as possible. So I make this pitch here for you, the Muslim community, to wake up when the time comes, when the law is being changed, when the legislation is brought to Parliament, and you hear of those people who are hitting their pockets by the necessary change. I don't have to say who they are, but they're the ones who go to the court and keep asking for adjournments and adjournments and adjournments, and keep getting the adjournments, and every time you go you have to pay more money, and pay more money, and pay more money, and then when the matter is sent to the High Court, you have to come with a new set of money again. Well, those people are going to resist change, and I look forward to your support when the time comes. So I don't want to go into anything controversial, because they seem to want to think that I am a controversial minister. I am here to support your effort today. I will stay for as long as I can, because I'm very interested to hear. I'm here to listen. I'm glad to see in our midst Mr. Justice Idu, who has taught me a lesson or two from the bench, pointing his finger at me, and keeping me straight as I have been over these years. Mr. Mulchan also, fine magistrate. So it's good to see that there is such a lovely cross-section here in this symposium. So I bring you the wishes once again for success today, and I look forward to your support in the time that is coming soon, led by the Ministry of Justice. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Justice Minister Volney, for your comments. We look forward to those upcoming symposiums, seminars that we could all be part of and have some say for our future.